The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom brand new trailer aired earlier this morning, 10 a.m. East Coast time. And the trailer came out of nowhere actually, but before it did, prior to March 28th on Tuesday, Monday, we all got wind that there is going to be a Tears of the Kingdom brand new trailer reveal on Tuesday, March 28th, and turned out to be true. A lot of people were streaming it. And being that the trailer came and went, there's a lot of controversy surrounding the game. A lot of people felt like it was the same game as Breath of the Wild. A lot of people think it didn't look any better. A lot of people think it's just DLC. And I see why people would think that. Now, of course, this is a my thoughts video on Tears of the Kingdom. And I'm kind of stuck somewhere in the middle. I'm not really, I can't say I'm not really, I don't want to say I'm not excited, but I don't know. You know what, guys? It's kind of weird to put a finger on it. I have mixed feelings about it. But at the end of the day, I am going to get the game regardless. And I'm pretty sure, 99% sure that the game is going to be great. A lot of people felt that Nintendo hasn't really been promoting this game. And I guess I'm somewhere in the middle, yes and no. My biggest thing with Tears of the Kingdom is I feel as if Nintendo is not showing enough. They didn't show enough. If you look at their past trailers with their past games like Xenoblade, they had a Xenoblade blowout. And you could argue that, you know, that's on Monolith's behalf of why they showed the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 blowout. And I kind of wish that Tears of the Kingdom got the same treatment. So what I'm getting at is I wanted them to show more. The original Breath of the Wild, they showed a good amount of gameplay. They showed the right trailers. And that's why people were so excited for the game. As well as this was the biggest leap the Legend of Zelda game has ever made. I just feel as if they could have showed a lot more with Tears of the Kingdom. And on Monday, March 27th, when we all got wind of they were going to show 10 minutes of gameplay of Tears of the Kingdom, I was expecting them to show, you know, well, it did show gameplay footage, but, you know, like, you know, a better trailer. I think the first trailer they showed was a lot, you know, was actually great. Wasn't too impressed with the second trailer. I think the second trailer was probably like, you know, my least favorite. But, you know, I think they should have showed more gameplay, elaborate more. They should, I mean, it's cool. Well, let's start with the positives. I like how they show the new powers, how you have the ascend power where you can just go through the ceiling. I think that's actually pretty dope. That's fire, actually. That's fire. I like that power that you have, the ascend power, go through the ceilings. That's really, really dope. And I like the animation with the green streak. It shows in a little puddle when you make it to the top. That's kind of cool. You just pop up like a groundhog. And they showed how you can make your own weapons, and that changes up gameplay a lot. Now, we all already know that there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be experimenting with what they can do, what they can create, what crazy combinations they can come up with and try to break the game at the same time, which is understandable. The possibilities, man, is just endless. So, you know, I didn't really see the customization of the weapons coming, and who knows, well, actually it looks like you can also customize items as well, and you can fuse items with weapons, which is cool. So we learned two things so far: the ascend power and the customization. Even though it didn't show how you can customize a car, and you can also customize rafts as well. Didn't see that coming. You can customize planes or a plane or any kind of aerial, you know, vehicle that can get you around the world. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. They could at least show more customization with different stuff. They could have showed like a dungeon or two. You know, that's a taste, that's a glimpse, even if it was for like a few seconds. So I just felt as if they could have shown more. The trailer was short. It felt long, but short at the same time. That is basically more so talked about the ascend power and the customization of a few weapons. I just wanted to show like new enemies, you know, new locations. And if the game is really vast, like it seemed that it's going to be, I don't see how it would have hurt for them to show a dungeon or two, an area that we have never seen before in Hyrule. I mean, the trailer wasn't disappointing, but I kind of just, you know, felt like, you know, they left me wanting more. And the trailer may be good for some people because I know a lot of people, they don't want to be spoiled. They don't want Nintendo to show any more of the game. Everybody just, you know, not everybody, but some people actually wants to play the game and just find out things for themselves, which is fine, but I'm on the other side of the fence, man. I mean, I'm not saying they should show like 30 minutes of gameplay, which would have been dope, but, you know, show us why this is a sequel and not a DLC like some people think it is. That's all I'm saying. Show us why this game is $70. Show us why it's a part 2, why it's a sequel to the original Breath of the Wild, like one of the greatest games ever made. That's all I'm saying. They just didn't show us enough. That's just how I feel about it. Now, let's speak on Tears of the Kingdom is just a DLC. And it goes back to what I said before. It didn't show enough of the game on why it's a sequel. So and so it just left more questions than answers, and that's why a lot of people think it's just a DLC. And to be fair, I mean, I really don't blame him in a sense, but on the flip side of things, on the more positive side, I mean, well, Breath of the Wild 2, actually, the idea for the sequel came from leftover content that was left on the cutting board for the original Breath of the Wild. A lot of the ideas that they wanted to cram into the original game that didn't make it, that didn't make the deadline. And it was originally supposed to be DLC. That's the argument right there. That's actually the truth. The fact of the matter is, Breath of the Wild 2, it just basically leftover content that should have been DLC for the original Breath of the Wild. And what they did, instead of giving us a DLC, Nintendo decided to give us, you know what? Let's just take all that DLC content and we're gonna build on top of that. So they pretty much built on top of the DLC. You know, I'm pretty sure they gave it a new story, which actually makes it a sequel. They gave it a new story and they added new cutscenes. They added a whole bunch of stuff on top of the DLC. They basically turned the DLC into a sequel, simply put. But I had to watch a trailer several times to see if the sequel looks better than the first game. And the first time I watched it, well, the second time I watched it, actually, it seemed like it looked the same to me. It didn't even look any better than the original Breath of the Wild. I think it pretty much looked identical. But then I watched it for a third time, and I noticed some differences. So, and what I got from watching the trailer a third time, I will go ahead and say the third game is a little bit more detailed. I think I honestly saw more details in the more, excuse me guys, I saw more details in a new trailer. And the game did look a little bit more vibrant. It did look a little bit more better. It did look a little bit better. I wouldn't say look a lot better, but I guess I can rest on the fact that it did look a little bit better than the original. And sometimes a little bit can be just that, a little bit. And sometimes a little bit can go a long way. But I honestly would say it does look a little bit better than the original. It looks cleaner. The graphics look cleaner, and there's more details in the world. So I guess that's a good thing. I was expecting a big graphic overhaul, because it is using the same engine. A lot of times when games use the same engine for a sequel, they do improve on some things. They actually do make it look a little bit better, where you can actually see the difference. So I guess, like I said, watching for a third time, I did see a difference. It did look a little bit cleaner. The graphics, the gameplay was definitely smooth. I thought the gameplay was very, very smooth. Very, very smooth. Very smooth. And the world looked a little bit more detailed. The ground looked a little bit more detailed. And somebody actually did a comparison trailer, and I don't know what resolution they uploaded it, but you can find it on YouTube where they compared the original Breath of the Wild with Tears of the Kingdom, and side by side, and it kind of, like I said guys, it kind of looked the same. Actually, some shots they showed, like the mountain, looked a little bit better on the original Breath of the Wild versus the detail on the Tears of the Kingdom. But like I said, it all depends on the upload. But overall, I would say Tears of the Kingdom, it does look a little bit better than the OG. It does, for sure. It definitely does. The world looked more lush. I did see more grass. I saw more highlights on the grass. There were just more grass. It was a good thing. More shrubbery. Did I say that right? More shrubbery. So the world looks a little bit more lush. But I was hoping that they showed more details, man. Do we finally get an underwater level? I mean, it's a lot of questions that was left after watching that trailer. And the way how Anuma ended the trailer when he said that's all we can show for now, he made it seem like somewhere in the future, before the game's release, there will be another trailer on Tears of the Kingdom where they may show even more stuff. If you really paid attention to how he said it at the end, he said that's all we're going to show for now. So that kind of entails that they may sprinkle more details here and there. They may have another direct on the game before the launch. But yeah guys, so just to sum everything up, the game did look a little bit better than the OG Breath of the Wild. More detail in the world, more grass, the graphics did look a little bit better. And the customization is crazy in there. And it seems like there's a lot going on with that game that they're just not trying to show us. They just don't want to spoil us, maybe. I don't know. But honestly, I think they just should have shown a lot more. That's how I feel about it. I mean, some of you guys out there may be satisfied with the trailer, and some of you may feel the same way as me. I think a lot of people may feel the same way as me, because you really have to show me, Nintendo, why you're charging $70 for this game, and what are the big changes in this game. And lastly, before I go, let's talk about that Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom OLED Switch model and the Pro Controller and that carrying case. Special edition carrying case for the Tears of the Kingdom. Now, I was not impressed by the Pro Controller. I mean, that was a terrible design to me, to be honest with you. And I know it's going to sell out. I know people are going to be all over it. I could even get a hold of the Monster Hunter Nintendo Switch Pro Controller at all. As soon as they show, I've never seen that thing in person, and I've never seen where I can purchase it. As soon as they showed it, it was gone, sold out. They probably didn't make a lot of them. And I hate when they do that. Nowadays, collector's edition just seems so scarce. And you know what? I stopped chasing that dream of trying to get every collector's edition that I see. They're just too hard to get. I remember back in the days, whenever they came out with a special edition, whether it be a controller or a game, it was just so easy just to go to the store and pick it up with no problem. But now it seems like they only make like a few thousands, which is kind of ridiculous. I do not like how they do that, especially with they're trying to get rid of physical copies of games. I mean, as long as they're physical still being sold, I think they should make enough collector's edition for everybody to get. A couple of thousand is just not cutting the slack. But not to get off track, I'm not feeling the Legend of Zelda Pro Controller at all. It just looks terrible. It's a terrible design. But know what I mean? If I can walk into the store and I could buy it, I'll buy it just because it's Zelda. Zelda's one of my favorite games of all time, so I'll buy it just for that. And I've never had a special edition Pro Controller. So if I can find it, maybe I will buy it. But right now, it's a hard pass for me. I don't even give a damn. I think the Monster Hunter Special Edition Pro Controller looks better than that. So, yeah. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Switch Pro Controller, that's a pass. Now, the carrying case, it's cool, it's dope. It's cool. Nothing to really, jump for joy about right out and buy. But honestly, I have so many cases for my Switch. I want to say I have around 10 cases. I probably have more cases than I should have. Honestly, I felt like I was collecting Nintendo Switch cases for a while, so I had to stop myself. But there are some nice ones out there, but I have way too many cases for my Nintendo Switch. I want to say I do have way more than 10, so I don't want to add this one, the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom carrying case, to my collection. Now, depending on what the inside looks like, the inside is cool. It has, you can prop your Switch up and everything, a whole decent amount of games. And I don't know if it all depends on how the inside look. I may consider it, but no, I would say for now, the carrying case and the Pro Controller, hard pass, both of them. Now, finally, we get to the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Special Edition OLED. And Nintendo has came out with several special edition OLED. We have the Splatoon. I think we have the Mario one, which, man, I wanted that one because it was all red. And they came out with, I forgot the other one, but I recently, the Animal Crossing. So they do have several special edition Nintendo Switch out there in a while. I've never purchased any of them. I'm still on the OG original plain OLED Nintendo Switch. But like I said, guys, Zelda, that's my game. So I might, it's a big possibility that I may get the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Special Edition OLED Switch. I just might get that one. I do like how it looks. After the Joy-Cons, are terrible. It doesn't look good. I mean, I don't know what's up with Nintendo lately with these bad designs. They could have came up with a better design for the special edition Zelda OLED. But I do like how the right Joy-Con look. It looks okay. But I like how the back look mostly. And that's about it, guys. So I don't know, man. So far, I don't know. I'm not as excited for Tears of the Kingdom like I was with the OG Breath of the Wild. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm gonna buy the game and I am gonna play it, and I will enjoy it. It's just that I guess I'm disappointed because it didn't show enough. So that's my thoughts on it. Red Crimson 101 out. The Game Master. If you're new to my channel, you already know what to do. Drop a like and subscribe. And please, guys, light up that comment section. Let me know what you think about the new Tears of the Kingdom trailer. Is it the best trailer they showed? Actually, it wasn't even a trailer. Actually, it was a gameplay trailer, I would say. Let me know what you think about the gameplay trailer. Are you guys excited or you're not excited? Just let me know how you feel. Let me know your thoughts on the gameplay trailer in the comment section. And do you think Tears of the Kingdom looks a lot better than the OG Breath of the Wild, or does it look the same to you, or didn't it show enough gameplay and areas to really make a fair comparison to know if it's better or not? Let me know. Red Crimson 102 out. Like and subscribe.